Hafiz Saeed, let's face it, is the very face of evil for India and for the world. Globally designated terrorist, and here's why. He's ensured he has the blood of thousands of Indians on his hands, having conducted and carried out one terror strike after another. From 2000, when you had the Chittisingpura attack in a town in Kashmir, a targeted attack on Sikhs in which 36 people died, to the 2001 parliament attack which was conducted by the Jaish-e-Mohammed with a role of the LET as well, in which the death toll was 9, with police personnel, security personnel dying in that particular terror attack. The 2006 Mumbai serial train blasts, a massive death toll of 209, links to those terrorists directly to Hafiz Saeed. The 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, who can forget? 166 people died, and it was all the master plan of Hafiz Saeed. And now the Pahalgam terror attack, tourists, Hindu tourists being targeted in Pahalgam, 26 of them shot dead by this man's terrorists. And that's why our forces are trying to send out a message to Hafiz Saeed that you can run, you cannot hide. I want to bring in now Ujjwal Nikam, who was the special public prosecutor in the 26/11 case, who has read into great detail about the LET's role in Indian attacks on Indian soil, but also about where the LET functions from, Hafiz Saeed's powers and more. Thank you, Mr. Nikam, for your time. Just explain to us, sir, why this strike on Murid case is so crucial. Why are we saying that this is a direct message to Hafiz Saeed?
See, in 1993 bomb blast, which I tried it in Mumbai, the certain group of the Mumbaikar, they were taken to Islamabad, and from Islamabad they were taken to one isolated place, because of course those people were Indian people. They were not knowing the name of the destination, but certainly they were trained how to, how to fit a time pencil detonator in RDX, because RDX was for the first time that was used in 1993 bomb blast, and on 12th March there were bomb blasts at 12 times, at the one and same time at 12 places, number one. Number two, when the Ajmal Kasab and the 9 terrorists had attacked Mumbai on the night of 26 November 2008, Ajmal Kasab was caught red-handed. He was the only live terrorist, and he had given the judicial confession before the magistrate, disclosing how these terrorists were trained in the training camp. Ajmal Kasab has given a sensitive revelation in his confession, stating that there were the 4 types of training were given to them. The first name of the training was Daura-e-Sufa, then Daura-e-Asma, then Daura-e-Khas, and lastly Daura-e-Rivas. Now in this particular Daura-e-Rivas, these terrorists, that is Lashkar-e-Taiba's people, they were trained how to use AK-56 rifle, then how to explode the bomb, how to use the hand grenade, how to misguide the investigating agents, etc., etc. So all this type of Ajmal Kasab had given in this camp. Now Hafiz Saeed, Ajmal Kasab further says in his judicial confession that Hafiz Saeed had come to the training camp and he took the firing practice of the trainees, and that firing practice was supervised by 2 army officials. Of course, Ajmal Kasab was not knowing the names of those officials. Therefore, we have later on examined David Headley. David Headley had given a sensitive revelation disclosing the names of such a Pakistan army official who were the ISI people with their designation, and he also produced the email correspondence which he had already produced in the Chicago court, and on that basis also David Headley was convicted for 35 years. We have given this evidence, tangible evidence, to the Pakistani authority. At that time our foreign minister was a secretary, foreign secretary, and I had been to Islamabad with the members of our Indian delegation after execution of Kasab. We had an interaction and we told them that you arrest Hafiz Saeed, you arrest Zakir Rahman Lakwi. They were asking where is the evidence. That was their stock question. So ultimately, you see, Hafiz Saeed and Zakir Rahman Lakwi, they were running this training camp in Muridke, Muzaffarabad, and the places where our army has hit those places,
so
9
evidence.
places, including these 2 places. So I think Hafiz Saeed and Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jamaat Dawa and the other terrorist organizations. So Pakistan was knowing. See, earlier we have done the surgical strike. It was for a limited purpose. Now this type of Sindoor, Operation Sindoor, is a mega plan. And our army has given a clear idea that will not hit Pakistan army installation. Pakistan civilian will not be targeted. Only such places where terrorists were trained to indulge in the terrorist activity in India. So you see, it's a very clear Kutniti, I would say.
Very clear message, Mr. Nikam. But in your view, with this particular strike in Muridke, how do you think it affects the Lashkar-e-Taiba, for that matter, Hafiz Saeed? The end goal here is very clear, that we want to get to the terror mastermind, to Hafiz Saeed. Do you think we become a step closer now with these kind of strikes?
I don't think that it will destroy the Hafiz Saeed, because Hafiz Saeed will make a hue and a cry, no doubt, because he has the support of the Pakistan army establishment. You see, but we are pointing to the whole world that, look, we will not tolerate such nonsense terrorism in our country.
That's true.
That is a clear signal given by our Prime Minister and our government, I must say. But Hafiz Saeed, Pakistan, if the Pakistan army will have some sense, then they will ask, because if they will indulge similar activities, then there will be a strong reaction from our side. There's no doubt. So Pakistan, I don't think that Pakistan will retaliate this type of Operation Sindoor, because ultimately,
let's see if there's any sort of retaliation, Mr. Nikam. But you gave us details of Ajmal Kasab's confession about how Hafiz Saeed was involved in planning the terror attack, the 26/11 attacks. But even to this date, Mr. Nikam, how does Hafiz Saeed really function as the LET chief? Does he call the shots on terror attacks, on recruitments, on the nature of attacks also on Indian soil?
See, Hafiz Saeed and his other Lashkar commandants, that is Jase Muhammad, they have changed now their name. They are well protected by the ISI people. So that is the whole thing. We have given tangible evidence to Pakistan, but Pakistan is not acting upon it, because this David Headley has given this evidence. It is not the only oral testimony of David Headley. It is supported by the documentary evidence. And I had been to Chicago court. We have collected that evidence. We produced that evidence, and we have sent it through our dossier to the Pakistan. But Pakistan, you see, protecting. See, I would say that the Pakistani politicians, it seems they are helpless. They are under the clutches and the pressure of Pakistan army, especially ISI.
And essentially, there's protection. There's protection for Hafiz Saeed, which is the biggest challenge right now in actually getting to him and breaking down the Lashkar-e-Taiba terror network. We've taken that big step of conducting this particular strike right next to Lahore, in ensuring that the LET headquarters is directly hit. Mr. Ujjwal Nikam, thank you very much for joining us.